What's up, everybody? If you can't tell, it's time for an oil change. We're gonna take you through the process. We're starting on the lower unit now, so we'll see if we run into any issues. Hopefully we don't, and we'll get it done. Money. We started with the 4mm Allen key to pull the just a little cover off to get to the bolts, and then your bolts are just a flat head. So there's two bolts on. There's one Allen key on this side, and then there's a bolt here, and there's a bolt here. Once you introduce some air up top, that oil flows out. And I hope it's not as black as mine when you do yours. If you got a Yamaha motor, I guess you have to fill it up from the bottom. So you're gonna have to get you one of these fancy little pumps, and it screws into that bottom screw that we took off for the lower unit drain. And then you just screw this pump onto the top of your oil can there and pump her on in. Alright, so you're just taking this and you're pumping that oil in until it comes out of that top screw hole there. Once it starts coming out up there, you know you're good, and that's good on oil. When you get your parts ordered, they will come with new gaskets. So make sure you put those new gaskets on so you screw back in. See, we're coming out of the top now. Gonna put this screw back in there and should be good to go. This one and this one, I put them back together. These, make sure them bad boys are tool tight. We're gonna start on the main oil. I got a pump that will suck all this out. You take this hose here down into the dipstick hole. We're gonna stick this hose into the dipstick hole. That runs up to this tank here. I cut the pump on, it pulls all my oil out of the main engine oil. So if you do not have the $149 to get this pump and tank, come over here. There's two bolts here that the flathead screwdriver will get. There's a bolt here, there's a bolt here, and there's two back there, I believe. This side panel here will come off. That's where your drain bolt's at. But we're gonna do it the easy way. So I'm gonna flip this switch right here on this tank, and there she blows. Bada boom, bada bing.
You don't have.
Yours don't have that?
Just makes a noise.
Not even a drop. There's the old filter. Alright, putting the new filter on. You always want to take a little dip there and rub it around that gasket so that it's not tight for the next time. And don't over tighten this. Hand tight is good, tool tight. I would go weak on the tool tight. Hand tight's good enough. That thing's good. Next step is removing all 6 of these coil packs, and that's where the spark plugs will be. Right here, my audio was overlapping with these two clips, so just doing a voiceover. I took a ratchet with a nice extension on it to pull the spark plugs, and for the next clip, I just took the ratchet off and used the extension to start the spark plugs, and came back with the ratchet to crank them all down, and that worked pretty good. On the coil packs, put that together while I talk. As you can see, all the spark plugs have been replaced and the coil packs have put back on, and now we're about to put some oil back into the engine, and I need some oil. Alright, just finished off, what do you say, what is that, 8 quarts? 8 quarts of oil in between each jug, we checked the oil, and at that amount we were pretty solid, so that step's done. All right, next step is this little fuel filter here, right there. Make sure you undo this blue clip. I'm not sure what it is, must be some type of sensor. And then you have to have that filter wrench right there, or you will tear the teeth up on this filter. Got to have one of these wrenches for that filter right there. All right, next step is drop the lower unit to change the impeller. Need a 14 millimeter. And that, again, that's on the 300. I don't know what you would need on something else, but 300, 14 millimeter. All 6 of these have been removed. And then up here you needed a, what, 12 millimeter to get that anode off. We got one last 14 right here. So drop this flute. I lied, there was actually 2 more 14s. There was one where I showed you, and then another one right above it. Pulled that, come off with these. Now let's move over here. And we got this one, this one, this one, and this one. Pull those off. And your impeller should be right under there. Okay. Out with the old, and in with the new. Don't know what we're gonna do, just pulled this off and noticed that this gasket has busted. We may have to pick up tomorrow and finish this job off. This is the last step. Well, we'll throw the fuel filter on and we'll be done with it, but I might have to run and go get a gasket somewhere, so. All right, take a little grease. Go around this plate right here where you can see where the impeller has been. This is where it gets weird, fellas. Oh! Alright guys, I know I said something about picking up the next day. That next morning I woke up real early. We started on my cousin Logan's boat, doing the exact same thing to his boat. And by the time we made it to mine, after we went and bought the part, we were just so over it. We just wanted to hammer it, get it done. So we did that, we didn't film it. All I did was got the new gasket, I put it in there, and I think I know why there was a big gap in that old one, because it was so hard to get the new gasket on. I don't even know if it went on properly, but we put the boat back together and it worked fine. But if I could give you any advice, I would say when you're putting the foot back, or when you're putting the lower unit back on, have someone help. Because my cousin Logan was helping, but when he walked away, the lower unit just went right into place, and I thought it was okay. We put it in the water, the shift shaft had not gone into the little slot, which is only like that big, and it's really small. So if I can give you any advice, have someone watch the shift shaft go into place, because you don't want to miss that step and then have to do what we did. But if this video was of any help to you guys, let me know what you think. I know I'm not a mechanic. I just wanted to show you guys that it could be done at home by an average Joe like me. So thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Don't forget to like the video, tell me what you think, and subscribe if you want to see more. Peace.
Feel so alive, like I was in a night. One hit.